What's up, beautiful people? I'm Nathaniel Pearl.
And I'm Sami Sheva.
And welcome to Curious Chimps Podcast, a show where we explore the infinite complexities of the human experience.
We do not endorse anything illegal, so please consult doctors, do your research, and for the love of all that is holy, be safe. All right, let's talk about drugs.
Curious Chimps.
I'm not gonna kick it in the nuts or something.
So what's your goal?
My goal?
Well, if you're going to take him down, how are you going to do it?
I'm gonna get on him and I'm gonna choke him out. I'm gonna get on him from behind. I'm gonna hold on. He's gonna freak out and I'm gonna fucking crack. I'm gonna bleed, bro. I'm gonna be
Problem
hurt.
is you think you're going to be on the floor holding his neck.
No, dude. He's
You're
gonna be
hanging
bucking
on.
me. Yeah, dude.
and he's going to be
bucking
jumping
me.
like a bull.
Yeah, and then we're gonna fall, and he's gonna keep doing this, and I'm just gonna hold on like this. He's gonna be hitting me in the face. I'm gonna have a broken nose. I'm gonna have lost teeth, but he's gonna be fucking dead.
I don't think it's
I'm gonna
possible.
go for the jugular, bro.
I don't think your arms will close off enough. We're talking
Even
about
if it
Sami
is.
killing an elk
Yeah, dude. Because we were comparing elk
with
and
his
moose.
hands.
And you can't take a moose down. It's a fucking tank. It's this weird flimsy leg looking it looks stupid, but it's like a tank. But of an elk, I could probably kill an elk. No, hold on. I will probably die with either. Let's backpedal a little bit.
I think we should make a smaller animal first and then work our way up the
Let's
ladder.
go. I know. I like how you said you think you could take a wolf, and it's like a wolf sometimes can't take an elk down.
Yeah.
And I know I can't.
You need
take
a pack of wolves to take down the elk.
but that's what they're smart. That's why I can't. Even one wolf, I'm fucked. They got sharp teeth and shit. Elk's not gonna even go to bite me.
He's got these massive horns.
Yeah,
Or antlers, whatever you want to call them, that are just probably like 5 feet wide at some of them with their head.
It's
The
weird.
wingspan is literally like 6 feet.
Would it even fight me? It would run away. It wouldn't charge me.
yeah.
Maybe if I
If
corner.
you're near his kids or something, her
Yeah.
kids.
Imagine we're in a tight room.
Whoa.
We're in like a 5x5 a square room, and someone just closes the door and throws a knife on the floor.
How big is an elk, though? How many pounds does an elk weigh?
I don't even know, dude. I'm talking 100% shit here. This is all for fun.
We need to Google this to confirm it, because I want to see how badly you're going to
need
get
a
beaten
Jamie,
down
dude.
by Google.
You think he's for hire?
Jamie. We need a Jamie. We need
He
someone
could
to pull
stream
things
in.
out.
You know, it's
Yeah.
COVID times. We could just get him on Skype and get him to Google shit for everybody.
No, but
Jamie
real,
it. Instead of Google it, or Jamie it.
for real, we really should start with smaller animals and see where your limit is.
You know what would be a crazy, just a sidebar. Let's get
Yeah.
back on this animal thing. There should be like a advertising campaign through Jamie as to what is like the most the most used search engine for him. Like, what does he just jump on Google right away
Yes,
to
for
find?
sure. I think he did competitions with Google specifically, and he won these competitions, and that's why Joe chose him. He was like,
I really hope you're
no,
lying.
I'm dead serious. My friend told me about it. It was like
He's
he
the
like,
Googler.
It was like yeah, I think it was like some weird restrictions, like one hand Google search or something. Like
You're fucking lying.
I think
Please
he's a
tell me you're
developer
lying.
or something. So it's like
I know. Are you? If you're lying right now, you're like a decent actor.
No, well, look, I'm regurgitating what I was told, so it could be my friend
Your
lying.
friend's fucking with you, dude.
No, but
You know what? Maybe.
Apparently,
There's
that's apparently Jamie is like a championship Google searcher.
Well, we know that he would be.
Well,
We've seen his
he's-
powers.
yeah.
He has his tabs open. He's ready. He's like people.
and
They're
he's
having conversations.
He's controlling the production. So
That's true. His cameras. and
he's
making
doing
sure
that.
sound is good.
He's doing that. The camera switch
No
manually.
editing, live.
Yeah, the manual.
And then when he has to pee, he just puts that third camera, so you see the whole thing.
So
Kind
that's
of like
a lot
us
of work.
right now.
That's actually the most efficient way to edit, because you do it one shot.
Yeah.
Whereas for
there is
me-
no editing
yeah.
afterwards. I mean, because his is live. But
Yeah,
if
unless
there
there's
is,
like
he's
something
done
he has to
most
cut
of it
out.
already. Yeah.
But for the most part, we have to do this afterwards. The camera switch when there's a guest, and that takes like 20 hours.
I just picture this contest, and this guy's using DuckDuckGo or Bing or something, and he's just losing because it's like a non-biased like if they give you easy shit, you know, if they give you like mainstream shit, you want to jump on Google.
Yeah.
You want to get that. You don't even need a page 2, you know. But if you want to actually learn something, fuck man, jump on some what's that arbor or whatever, like the one where they plant a tree every time you look something up.
They do that?
Yeah, that's the thing.
really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But what if like 1 billion people start using this?
Just plant trees. There's probably a ticker somewhere, and they're like, "Okay, we gotta plant as many trees." They're not doing it as it's happening. They're like, "Oh shit, bro, we gotta hire more."
I just want to know if
planters."
it's scalable, because if it got the volume of Google, it would be
Honestly, dude, the problem.
Anyways,
there
look,
is
the
they
premise
were
is
probably
beautiful.
going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
There's like a company that's just following the tractors that are destroying the Amazon, and they're like, yeah, it's the same thing. We're planting new trees. There's no old growth.
But
They're
you know
killing
what?
on the
I
animals.
love that though. That's a cool way to do things.
But it's capitalism. They're making
Yeah.
money
Yeah,
from
but
destruction. They're making money destroying the Amazon, and then there's another like they're
cleaning up their
they're
mess.
subsidizing.
Yeah.
They're outsourcing their tree planting because they're like, we're not a tree planting company. We're a tree cutting company. They're like, okay, let's hire these assholes.
Yeah.
And then it's like McDonald's where they get their own tree planting company so they can save money.
Shit, I hope
And then
it's
the
not.
government actually gives them money for destroying their forests.
Oh man, it's a loop.
Probably. I'm very cynical. I just assume.
No, I think there's some good guys out there.
Yeah, but they don't fucking make it in this system.
You
Again,
never-
cynical. You
For
could
now.
be the angel.
Yeah.
I'll be the devil,
Well,
or at
you
least
need
the
both.
advocates for.
over Buddha. It's perfect. Right shoulder, left shoulder.
Could do.
But
What would you tell? What would the devil? Devil would be so bored. The devil on Buddha's shoulder. He'd be like, "No, sit with your right leg above your left leg," and the angel's like, "No, man,
but that's what he minimized.
don't do it."
The devil probably had so much power at one point. He minimized him to just those.
He was probably born with no devil. He was
Yeah.
like a prince, apparently, right? Like gold spoon in the mouth, kind of like.
Well, yeah. And then what was the story? He went to see.
He didn't leave the
left
palace
he
for
left
a
the
few, for
palace.
like the first couple of years.
Yeah.
He learned a bunch of cool shit.
Why did he leave the palace? There was an inclination to leave. No,
I don't remember the story.
but he
I
saw
barely
poverty,
remember
and that's when he.
Yeah,
Realized.
he meets a blind guy. And
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember the story.
Yeah, but the premise is
And he got fat. Apparently, he got.
he just got a nice little
And then
round
he-
belly.
and that was
Is there any real depictions of Buddha, or is this just the closest idea of him?
the Chinese version. Apparently, is not accurate. He was never. I don't know. There's something about him not. But there is a story about him gaining a lot of weight and then losing a lot of weight, and it was like some kind of parable about him exploring extremes and
Oh, yeah.
finding that it was like not the right way. So he kind of found like the middle way. He would like
Oh, shit.
one time he just sat for like months, and he was emaciated. He was like
Yeah.
almost dead, and he was like, okay, this is
Well,
it's cool and everything. I learned a lot, but like, nah,
But
not for me.
Isn't that the story of how he achieved enlightenment? It was just a meditation to
know.
death. Like that was his moment where he will either die or meditate till he hits enlightenment. And he just
I think you told me that. Where
Yeah,
he's-
well, that's what I
He
learned.
resolved to sit there.
yeah, like
I
he
don't
made
know if that
he
was
made
the
a
same story. Yeah.
it was like a protest in a sense. Like, I'm going to sit here in meditation, and I'm not moving until I'm enlightened. And then
I don't even know. It's funny because my 30th birthday was on the 30th of April, and it lined up with I think it's called Guru Parinam, and it's
Okay.
the day on whatever ancient calendar that where the Buddha reached enlightenment. And I was
Whoa.
like, oh, I am enlightened now. Like there's some stars aligning and shit. There's some
damn.
synchronicity. And I honestly don't know. All I know is he sits on, there's some tree. What's the tree called too? I'm forgetting everything. I haven't smoked weed in months. This is me sober.
We actually should get my friend on. He quit weed. It's actually, I think next week is his 1-year anniversary.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know the day. I'm not going to be able to count.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Maybe I could
serving him.
Look
And
through Facebook. And be like, I'm quitting today. Like I'm telling a friend.
archive the podcast. You could find the last time you spoke about it.
Probably. No, but dude,
Yeah.
we haven't done one in like 2 months. We haven't even addressed it.
We should bring this up. I don't even know what to say, but
I did. Yeah, we're
yeah.
done. We're good.
Sorry, guys, we missed
Let's
you.
backpedal. We had some cool thing. We talked about the Buddha. Then
Well,
I was gonna.
We're
fight
gonna
an
get all the way
elk.
back to the animal fighting, but I wanted to say
Good.
this 2 weeks or 2 months when we took off.
Ah.
Yeah, I needed it, man. I was and this
Yeah,
whole
me too, in a
this
bit.
whole COVID situation was really getting to me, and I don't know, just being locked in a city. I was telling my girlfriend this. It's like the city. What makes the city so fun is the friends, the bars, the restaurants.
The aliveness.
Yeah, it has
gets
nothing to
turned
do
off.
with the scene, like the outdoors. Like you have like a couple of nature paths.
I've been watching 30 Rock again, and it's like she was gonna move out. She lives in New York, and she was in the middle of saying how much she loves the city, and then like some homeless guy was walking by and spits in her mouth, and she was like, "Ah!" And it
Well-
just was the funniest, strangest scene in a show ever.
But that's it. So with the city alive and open, I would go and work and then have my fun going to restaurants, bars, friends. Now that I'm just here for work, it's like this place is not where I want to be. This is only here for all those amenities.
Yeah.
So
I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
No, but it's like all those amenities made the city what I enjoyed. It had nothing to do with the actual city. It was all those pluses.
It's the accessibility.
Yeah,
it's the
but
aliveness. Yeah.
So now that the city's kind of dead, we've been locked down forever. They said it was going to be a month, like 10 months ago.
It's never going away. No, there's variants now. And
Yeah.
we're all going to get vaccinated. It's just.
So what happened was I just said, you know what, fuck it, I need to get out of here. So we went up north, and yeah, I could live in there in the woods forever. Like that's where I'm at my most peaceful. The only thing I miss is my friends. And
That's it. I picture you maybe like being I don't know, I want to say snowbird, but you went when it was cold. Like,
yeah,
but like just getting out for periods.
Yeah, and just I recommend anyone, like just if you're stuck in a city where it's locked down and you're really in a bad space, you just take some time, rent a little cabin or something, spend a little bit of money. It's a huge investment on your mental health, just to separate from the anxiety. The pace, even though they had the same restrictions as us, it was just like a different world.
Yeah, you don't feel any of that.
No,
you drive fucking 10 minutes just to go get groceries.
Yeah, and then they're still renting movies at the little dépanneurs.
Oh, that's
So
so
we
cool.
rented like 5 movies.
So are they VHS?
I wish. That was like Blu-ray. I'm like, what the fuck's Blu-ray? That was like the latest hit, like the biggest deal. No,
That's
there's
so
something after
funny.
Blu-ray, or is it just? No, I think Blu-ray, and then it went to digital.
Yeah, it's just streamed now. I think because Blu-ray can contain 4K, and then you're like in terms of movies, we don't need to go above 4K. There's no point. Like
I don't
maybe
think the TVs can use above 4K at this moment. I think they're starting.
there are 8K TVs, but it's pointless. Your eyes don't tell the
They don't know
difference.
the
You if you have like 17 kids and a big screen and you're all really close and you can tell each other what you're looking at, like I don't see the point.
Yeah.
I don't understand. If you're a doctor and you need to zoom into shit or like I don't know.
Okay.
But apparently, just like biologically speaking, there's
can't
kind of
even
an
notice.
upward limit. Yeah.
Yeah. So just being up there,
Sound
man.
effects.
Snowmobile, walking, jogging, being outdoors. Lily, my dog, she came with us. She just had a fucking blast.
Oh,
you
dude,
saw that
sent me
video?
these funny,
Yeah.
dude. You sent me these great like I don't know, like stories or Instagram. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
You sent me on Facebook. I don't have any of these things, but like you're on a snowmobile and she's chasing you,
Yeah.
but like full clip.
Full clip, and
Yeah.
that was like the 4th round.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
she
dude,
she's
a
going
tank,
at it,
man.
Yeah, she's got
She's an
some speed.
athlete. Yeah.
And like it said it all. She just wanted to be outdoors all day.
Yeah.
I wanted to just chill, relax, go outside, and like. And when I came back here, I just saw it from like a out of the bubble kind of view, And it's sad what's happening here because people we're locked in and we're locked down, and it's
But we
supposed to
think we are too. You know,
That's-
I'm talking to
but it
people.
becomes a choice.
Yeah.
You can go out there and you can do what you want to do.
There's community centers. There's
Yeah.
classes. Even though a lot of stuff is on Zoom or you need to
Yeah.
wear a mask, like, fuck, man, do it anyway.
Yeah,
Just
you
change
gotta
your mask
form-
every 3-4 hours. You'll be healthy.
You got to form
it's
some
better
type
than
of
nothing.
community and some type of way out for your mental health, because a lot of people are for sure feeling prisoned and lost right now.
Or way in, like we talked about with
Ooh.
that new thing you have.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting
It's
the
true.
same thing you are, but just because I have never lived alone.
Mm.
I'm 33 in April, man.
But that's a huge point. Maybe some people need to leave their toxic environments or whatever. If
change
they're-
of pace one way or the
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
If something's calling to you, answer it. I'm telling you, it was calling to me for a while, and I didn't realize it. It was there, and
it
then
can be scary to make changes, and you literally have to give up things, money, jobs. Like it's scary. So sometimes you got to wait until the line, and then you're just like, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna die. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking suffer. I'm gonna start whipping. I'm start cracking at people. I'm gonna start thinking about suicide, whatever the extremes, And that's my personality, or it used to be anyway.
That's the impressive part of being a human, is how resilient we are, and how we need to kind of not always, but most of the time, get to that level of like, it's like a do or die change.
People
and
are
then
kinda nebulous, yeah.
Yeah, we get there, but it usually takes like the fucking last straw,
I picture myself as stubborn. I guess I'm like self-described or something, but maybe most people are just like that.
Yeah. You don't really make the change until
God
it's
knows.
like slamming on your door, and you're like, fuck, okay.
But this girl I met, and she keeps saying, now that you know that, you can play with that. You
Well,
can
that's
work
it.
with that. And
That's
it's
what
like,
Andrew would talk
okay.
about.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
this kind of like meta growth, like understanding that, this is how I work. Maybe I don't have to go to that extreme anymore. But you got to find that extreme a few times to really experientially go like, okay,
Yeah.
this is not the way to do this every time. I'm gonna die one day. Like I might not make it one day.
Well, that's the power of like ex-addicts when they overcome like something crazy like a heroin addiction, for example.
Yeah, you know
They,
yourself now.
you've hit rock bottom and you've pulled yourself out. And now you have that model to always refer back to. Like Carlos, we were talking about it right before. Carlos Tanner, his last name. He was on the podcast, the Ayahuasca Foundation.
I think you're mixing names.
It's Carlos. I don't know his last name. Carlos
Turner.
Yeah, Turner, Tanner,
Sorry,
Teener.
brother. Yeah,
we love you, man.
Yeah, we love you.
There's too many names. But yeah, there's too many names, and sorry, not too. There's he was an ex-addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he hit rock bottom, and he found his way back up, and then after that, it's just imagine that kind of power you've attained. It doesn't mean you have to get to that length to learn the lesson, but
I mean, some people are luckier. Some people just don't need to get to those extremes in general, the highs or the lows. They can just kind of have a stability, and that's their strength and their usefulness in this world. But I mean, anyone who's in that situation that you're talking about, to use a kind of like yoga woo nonsense term, like I feel like their third eye's open. I feel like there's something extra that they see now. And they carry it. It's there. It's a beam. It's not like a thing they got to pull out or think about. There's this opening now of like, oh, okay.
There's a space that they have there that they can see,
almost like
or that they can fit in even.
The way I'm going to describe it sounds like PTSD, but it's like it's like a readiness that you get when you're like a warrior. There's a word that the samurai had for it. I can't remember it right now, but it's like you someone who trains every day, all day, you see people getting their heads cut off and stuff, like it's horrible, it's traumatizing, but like you find like a peace in it eventually, we talk about sitting in the center of the storm kind of thing. You gotta flip around in the tornado a while before you find the center, and then one day you're just there, and it's like you get this samurai jack.
Yeah, it's like it comes to you.
Yeah, you don't get it. It's soapy. Oh, dude, you got to give me some of that soap. I forgot.
I ran out. I got well, we're gonna be selling it on Amazon, so
I need some.
Yeah, okay.
I finally ran out. These bars are so big.
Yeah, they're huge.
It's like down to this. I put it on another bar of soap. I don't want to use the other bars of soap.
It's a great soap. It's an olive oil, a natural.
Damn, bro, you don't have any? That's too bad.
Well, I have a bunch, but we can't unbox them yet because we're sending them out to Amazon.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I can get you some. Yeah.
Damn it. It's a pre-order thing? Like, what if I buy a box off you?
Well, I'll get you individual boxes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
Can't get one
I just don't have it right now,
but
I have the boxes, but there's like 30 in each box.
I just gave up on the expectation. Here with soap.
But yeah, where are we going with this? So that time off, man.
Where are we ever going with this?
But that time off, it was really valuable.
So I could fight an elk now, okay?
Oh, yes.
No,
go fight the elks.
No, but this is deeper. I like this, man. A lot of people... There's a thick silver lining, we've talked about it probably a lot already at the podcast, but like it's in different ways people are, because we're all different. We all have different functions on this planet. We're all like kind of different cells on this like organism, and there's a lot of homogeny that's kind of hurting us. A lot of this forced, I want to say like indoctrinative vibe, and it's not, it's funny that we're getting a lot of that for this kind of virus like response, but in terms of behavior, but then it's forcing everyone to kind of go like, okay, what am I doing here? What's going on? A lot of people are gaining things, a lot of people are losing things, and then you kind of know where you stand in a different way. And I'm glad, man. I'm happy for you. Like you just I never know what's going on with you. You're not a very open book in that sense.
Yeah.
Even if you try to be, even if you're like you're a very open-hearted human being, but you're not gonna dump on people.
No.
Like I'll create problems to people. Like I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
And so it's good for you to. I'm just happy to hear the tail end of it. At least it's like, yeah, okay, it wasn't fun. I had some spirals. I unplugged, and now I'm back, and I'm good with lessons. So it's like, even if it happens again, I'm ready. Like that whole vibe is, I relate in very different paths, but we get to the same place.
Yeah, it's
verbally.
Well, that's it. We can all get to the same kind of weird place in our own weird directions. But yeah, just for my whole life, I never put my stuff on others. So it's just, I guess I don't know if it's a good habit. I don't know. Maybe it puts a lot more pressure on myself.
Well, look, man, get a therapist.
Yeah.
You know, unload on the right person. You know, get a
For me, my therapist has always been plant medicines. I've been telling you this since day one.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you just kind of have a way of integrating and resolving those experiences, like we were talking about in the car. You know, like it has its own kind of traumatizing effect. It can be very intense, and we can get into that also. We could talk about the LSD neutralizer and shit.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like I have a clear channel of how I experience things through language. It's not just about talking and getting things out. Maybe it's a more direct and singular function for you. But for me, I end up hearing the way I think. I end up being like, oh shit, and then things change in the way I see things. Like it's necessary. So a simple talk therapy, a little cognitive behavioral therapy, a lot. Maybe my friend told me about somatic therapy as well, and it's kind of the same thing, but for your body. You know, like just I haven't experienced it yet, so I don't even want to talk about it. But like I see a benefit in that, and journaling as well. But it's a task.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna do it as consistently. So if I gotta pay somebody and we just talk on the phone, it's.
Well, Charlotte's really big on automatic writing. So
stream of consciousness.
Yeah, you just go at
a
it.
Minute and you don't think. And
you just whatever. It's just right. And apparently that's been super beneficial for her, just going at it like that.
Yeah. Maybe it's her medium, you know, like I can turn a part of my ego off sort of and talk.
Well,
so
maybe
she can do that with writing.
Yeah.
And there's a flow, and then you read it back, or even
sometimes you don't even need to. It over time it's just going to process itself out, you know, and you're going to understand it.
I don't know if I have that. I've never really given it an honest try. I think I will when I get home or something. Like I've read entire books, too. I don't remember the names right now, but they were streams of consciousness. They were very weird. It wasn't like
so the author just went at it.
Yeah, it wasn't edited. It wasn't, and sometimes it was very non-sequential, and sometimes
that would drive me crazy.
Dude, one of the books, the writing with the font was very crazy. Also, very random and like from page to page. It was a trippy ass book. I'll try to find it somewhere at my parents' place.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was. But I don't relate to that.
No,
me
neither.
Like writing, but it's something kind of egoic and deliberate about it.
Yeah, you know, I find I get sometimes some of my mind just goes when I play guitar. I can just play for like an hour, 2 hours, and then it just maybe that's a form of expression of what's going on in my mind. I don't know.
Singing therapy is actually the same vibe, the same vein.
Okay,
and that works for me as well because it's
singing therapy.
Yeah, I get shy and I get too like thinky about it because it's musical, but it's like you're forced to go like think of this melody, but then like you're not humming, you're saying words, and it's a real thing, you know. Like it's like talk about this, try to rhyme, you know. So like you're juggling, you're spinning some plates, and then you're like, oh, my dad never loved me, you know. Like
interesting.
It just comes out.
Yeah, and that's so cool. That's just bringing the depths to the surface, you know. And sometimes you blurt something out,
I love
and,
that.
and it rings. And you're like, fuck, that's it. That was what was fucking making me drink for 30 years, you know, something like that.
Fuck, maybe, dude. And then you're just like sobbing or something. You're like, oh my God, it's true.
Yeah.
And you really, you know, the function of the ego neurologically is like a part of your brain is talking to another part of your brain. This is a lot of the magic of our brains, the left and right hemisphere, the neocortex. Like it's the point is that it has this kind of self-communicative property.
Yeah.
And now we have this higher intelligent way of forming that, where we literally have like a thing that we identify as, and then I can talk to myself in my head, and I can talk to you and have these kind of healthy boundaries, understanding, instead of just being like, oh, what's happening, you know, like language and identity and I mean that covers it actually.
It's creating more order to the chaotic mind, right? It's kind of like a mantra in a sense, some of these practices, and it just pulls out the right information because all that stuff is just...
It is like a mantra.
Yeah.
That's a really good analogy. It's like you're capturing something.
Yeah.
You're putting boundaries on something that are otherwise just kind of this like lost reverberation.
Yeah.
You know how that's spelled.
But what was this dance therapy or something? Just dance in general? You told me you at your place.
Well,
that's super
I've been doing
cool.
hypnotherapy with
Rebecca. Still, yeah.
Hayden.
Yeah, we got her name right. Boom.
Yeah, well, I'm a little more familiar with her now. She's the shit, man.
We should get her back on soon. She reached out not too long ago.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. I think a couple times ago that I talked to her, I was like, you should come back on. She's like, anytime. I would love to.
Nice. She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's great.
Great soul.
She's interesting and loving and smart.
Yeah.
And like it's a, you know, for me to have this hypnotherapy that's like very more direct and very weighted also with the kind of like these spiritual overtones, you know, and then to have this comparative like psychotherapy thing, it's night and day. You know, this is my ego and this is my subconscious, you know. And anyway, long story short, to answer your question, I kind of found this info, like someone, you know, call it a spirit guide or whatever, told me you need to dance. And like when I heard
It just came to you during one of her sessions, or
yeah. And I mean, I had already, I don't have a living room at my apartment. I have like a nice, pretty cozy bedroom, and then my living room there's nothing in there except for a matted floor. I have like the rubber, whatever, like the flooring.
Yeah.
Like the squares there, like at the like des garderies, like at daycares, like for kids there, so you don't hurt.
It's like
yourself.
it looks like puzzle pieces almost.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly. They
but,
fit
yeah.
together there, and it's like I can close my eyes and move around, and I'm not gonna hit the walls or something. Like
That's
it's
cool.
big. It's like it's nice, and I need that. I mostly did like martial arts and yoga and stuff, and then I started moving around and just doing like free stuff, and then doing that in silence is weird. When people want music with yoga or working out, it's like a crutch, and I don't like that because it's not always there. And David Goggins brings it up, and I like having him in my corner for that because he's like an expert, you know.
You know, that's a great point, because a lot of times I know a lot of people did yoga with music always, and then without it, if they feel weird because that void is calling to them, you know.
It's the meditative aspect gets disrupted, and that can be a saving grace if it's very uncomfortable for you. But that's part of it. I think that's the benefit of yoga, is that you're doing pranayama, you're doing asana, and you're doing, I don't know the Sanskrit word for meditation. You're going within as well. And that's better for your yoga practice, because a lot of people do it kind of mechanically, and it has a workout aspect. But you really need to listen to your body. More than ever, I understand that, because you can end up you could do it once a week and do it really well, and it's better than doing it shitty 4 or 5 times a week.
100%. And I used to go, my early days of yoga, I was like straight from the martial arts gym, like MMA gyms, and I would have the mindset like 6 days a week, let's master yoga, you know, and the very physical aspect of it. And I would do the poses the most intense. I would try the most challenging pose, the difficult balancing poses, and I would fucking like struggle and holding in my breath and all that jazz, you know. And then like 3 years in or something, 4 years in, it took me 4 years, but I was next to this lady, and her eyes were closed the whole practice, and she was doing every pose so elegantly, like way better than me. Yeah. Like I'm on one leg, like shaking like this, and she's just like super like an ocean sound, you know. And she would even go into like that fire breath, they call it. I forgot the name of it. She's like it's like you unlock your throat a bit. It's
the ocean breath is the one, like, but the breath of fire is something else in Kundalini. I think you're talking about
it might be the ocean breath, but Ujjayi. Yeah, that sound. Yeah, and she's holding the pose, one leg doing like the T pose, then she binds her arms and everything. And
I just want to keep doing it now. I just did it once as a joke.
And she's like in her 60s, and I looked at her after, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? And that was my shift. I wasn't listening to my body. I was just going. So then I just slowed down. I closed my eyes for like a month after. I was just doing practice with my eyes closed as much as possible and just feeling what needed to be stretched and moved.
I'm sure your breath changed as well, whether it was conscious or not. And that helps the muscle stability.
It changed
like
everything. Yeah. And then my practice was not about how I wanted to look. It was just how I felt. You know, so I just became... It's funny you said that. I watched that movie a couple of days ago.
Euro Trip?
Yeah.
Mi scusi.
I actually said that this morning.
That's so funny. Dude, there's a show on Prime called Forever, and I think it's not going to get picked up again. I think it's just one season, which is really sad, because it's Maya Rudolph and Fred Armisen, like the funniest people on this fucking planet as far as I'm concerned. You know, like you can put Tina Fey and like Will Ferrell on this list as well, but like these people are amazing. And this show, I don't want to ruin anything, because the premise of the show I can give out, but for the first like 2 episodes, they don't get into it. And the build-up is comic genius. And then the exploration of the theme or the setting, I should say, is funny as well. But like, it's called Forever. It's on Prime. I don't know if you have Prime, but like, it's
Yeah, I'll check it out. I don't know.
I recommend it because it's short and sweet and it's strange and it's obviously very funny and there's no laugh track, you know, like it's funny is really funny these days, like and
like,
especially these two, like
yeah,
the acting is just it's perfect, but it's also interesting. It's also a deep show, but it doesn't take itself seriously for a second. It's perfect.
I'll check it out. Shout out to Forever.
Anyway, yeah,
sponsor us, please.
Yeah, Prime. Let's get some Prime memberships.
But yeah, so it's like you said though, that
we gotta get on Twitch, man. I forgot about that. We gotta put this on Twitch.
We got to get someone to help us do all that stuff because you know,
it's all you these days, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. One day, man. I swear I'll help. I promise. One day.
We got to build a little tech team and just people that could just put in. I
can afford it. Let's go.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
let's outsource. Let's
anyone want to
delegate?
Help us grow? It'll be beautiful. You know, be part of the early stages of Curious.
Step up.
Step up.
What were you saying? Yeah, what you were bringing it back.
Well, just the yoga, just the
the
awareness and how my practice changed after that, just by focusing on what was needed rather than what I wanted it to look like. You know?
I mean, not to be prissy and like hoity-toity, but I would say your practice started that day.
I would say that too. 100%. I'm like, that's what I used to tell people. I'm like, I only understood yoga or started to understand it 4 years in.
But that's really humble of you because, like, obviously you did get a lot from doing the postures,
for sure. But that's not what yoga is about. Well, there's a fraction of it is the physical, but it's really about union, right? Everything connected as one. Mind.
We got a body. It's a good like third of it. You know, if you want to be, if you want to put numbers on.
But that's like it's literally the surface of the practice. It's the physical, right? It's like
I love when people know that it's for meditation. I hear like that's how you know someone did a little bit of digging, and they're like it's like the postures are so you can meditate more easily.
Yeah,
and it's like yes, guess what? You know you can sun salutation like a fucking ninja. You're just loosening your body up. You're stretching your diaphragm out. You're doing all this stuff so you can lotus pose like your fucking skeleton in the corner, and so you don't have to move. And when the muscles start giving up, you change your breath, and you just let everything happen and happen and happen. And then mentally it starts happening, and then you start going into this depth that is indescribable.
Yeah, and it comes down to what is tension. Tension is not just a muscular thing. It's a psychological, and there's a feedback of all those things creating this kind of tension in the body. So the yoga pose is literally untangling the mental space, the mental tangle, and the physical.
I have a great example of that in my life lately. I have been eating like an animal. Mostly healthy, to be honest, but really been listening to what I want. And a lot of it's mac and cheese. I'm just addicted to mac and cheese lately. It's delicious. It's so good. Once or twice a week, I have it.
Put some ketchup on that. That's the old school way.
That's really, like, no offense. I'm Italian, man. I was raised with, like, some really specific food. That's really, like, Quebecer shit, dude. I can't put, like...
It's the best.
No, dude, I put, like, sausage in it. I put, like, carrots in it. Like, I make it like a soup or something. Oh, sorry, I just spat everywhere. COVID! But I usually just leave it, like, plain. Like normal. I buy some oat milk or something to give it like that texture. So I don't just use water or something because then it just gets like bleh. But my point is people are hurting themselves with the expectation of the food being bad. Or at least I was. You know, I'm preaching right now, so I'm trying to be careful about my words. But I have noticed that my body will use the food better because of how I think about it. And this can be directly like placebo and inflammation and tension and expectation tied with this association of the smell of, like, we can get into the science of it. There's a lot of simple explanations. But long story short, it's like I'm mind over mattering my food. And
that is a big effect.
It's huge, but it's massive.
Yeah.
I eat a bunch of sugar. It's like your body uses it. And then if you think it doesn't, maybe it doesn't. And then what? I don't know.
I won't go so crazy with that, but I would say that there's a way to what you're saying.
I have to because I'm living it.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird, man. But it's happening.
Yeah,
and like, dude, it's not eat whatever you want. You got to have moderation. My body tells me that.
Yeah,
and that's my point. I kind of glossed over it. Maybe I should be strong about that point. I'm really listening to what my body wants. If it wants mac and cheese, it's getting mac and cheese. But if it wants a fucking apple, man, I'm getting some Granny Smiths out of the fridge. It's just the way it goes.
Well, that's it. And like I've been on keto for 2 weeks now, and like my
tell me about that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Did you flu and stuff, or did you?
It was a bad 3 days. It felt like what people would describe COVID symptoms as. I was really knocked out, but It literally, the first day headache, second day headache, third day just tired, fourth day I was perfect.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I get you weren't killing it.
No, I think my body
Beforehand.
knows
Yeah.
now. I've been in and out of ketosis the past like almost 10 years now. So I think my body understands how to get into it quicker.
Yeah, there was a guy on Rogan who talked about how there's actually a lot of benefits to doing it, like, go keto or like, no sugar, let's say, for like 4 months out of the
Oh,
year.
yeah?
Yeah, and it's like doing it for a certain period of time brings this higher
Well, that's
benefit
it. Yeah.
because then cellularly your body like adapts, and then the fact that you cut out again but go back,
Yeah.
there's still a very strong benefit, and
Well,
then it's easier and easier.
You
every
know
time.
Paul Chek? He talks about he's like a world-renowned trainer or whatever.
If I saw his face, maybe that's the guy I'm talking about. He's probably
He might have been
Rogan,
him,
yeah.
but he talks about like eating in cycles. Like he'll eat like a month just carnivore, then a month keto, then a month just like plant-based,
Really?
and he goes with seasons. It's a very interesting, really interesting.
Season, yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I've been realizing that fruits are kind of messing with me right now,
Yeah.
and it's interesting. Like,
He talks about in the winter, like he'll do more of a high-fat diet because your body is kind of preparing for a hibernation in a sense, or
yeah,
like storing fat to,
that's
to
exactly
survive
like
the cold.
Pat Owen, another
Yeah.
guest of ours. Like
Yeah.
he doctor. Yeah, I talk to him like once a
Doctor.
month. Like we're just buds now. It's funny. We just like started. It's like a touch base. Like, how are you doing? At first, he was really helping me because
Nice.
I was depressed, and he was like, dude,
He's an awesome guy, man.
yeah, he's great, but he's very knowledgeable, but he's also like a good dude.
Yeah.
That's really what helped me most of all.
Yeah.
He's got some really nice knowledge that he fed me, but the fact that he took the time, the guy's got a kid and a full-on career, and he has to do all these weird adaptations for COVID.
Yeah.
And he's there for a lot of his students as well. And I'm not even a student. He's getting nothing out of me.
Yeah.
This is gratis. It's just it's not a lot of his time, to be fair, and it's not his like profession. We're not talking about nutrition, but it's
Yeah.
like he's just like, hey man, I can help you. I can, and he's getting something out of it too. Like we shoot the shit, we laugh. Like I think he gets a kick out of me. I think I just got a funny brain, and he's like, I like you, buddy.
Take it. That's cool.
But anyway, I forgot why I mentioned him now. He told me to eat more fish. That's why I mentioned
More
'cause-
fish
Yeah,
for
he's
the
like, dude, live with the times. Live with the times. It's winter out there. You can get vitamin D from fish. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that until he said it.
I didn't know that. I knew that from salmon.
Yeah,
I was reading. Yeah,
I just eat like canned tuna though. I don't like cook fish yet.
get some salmon, bro. That's the way to go.
I'd love like raw. I don't know how healthy that is though. I
If you find good quality, if you go to like a fishery, whatever, you can get sushi grade.
I
You
love
slice that
that,
up.
dude.
Oh, it's the best.
so good.
You know what I do is I just sear both sides of like the fresh salmon. It's not for sushi grade. I just sear it, so it's like pretty much raw, but a little bit cooked. It's fucking.
Hey, you're not
epic.
dead yet, man.
Yeah.
I'll copy you.
Hell yeah.
It's a little cheaper. You get a
Yeah.
little, you
Yeah.
season it.
Yeah, and you put a little bit of sesame stuff on it, sesame oil.
Yeah.
You got a nice
What
little
goes good
eat.
with salmon or like?
Damn,
I'm a
that
trout
makes me
guy,
hungry
too.
with this.
I'm actually very hungry. I haven't eaten.
But what was my point with the keto? Oh yeah, so with keto,
Turn this into a cooking show.
boom. You guys want to make some nice food? I made a keto cheesecake, by the way. It was phenomenal.
That's so weird. I had a friend over the other day, and he was talking about that he made a cheesecake,
Oh yeah,
and I was like, "What the fuck are you like?" I don't have friends who just who
so
nonchalantly
easy.
make
it
cheesecake.
was so easy.
You made a keto cheesecake,
And it's so much easier. It's like it tasted, if not better.
but there
like-
must have been something sweet in
Well,
this.
you put this monk fruit sweetener. It's like a keto friendly sweetener.
Monk fruit,
Yeah,
MONK.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, apparently it's a keto friendly sweetener. It's just sweet. So you put that. You put the cream cheese, vanilla, whatever, and you just blend that up. Use almond flour for the base,
Yeah.
and boom, you got yourself.
How did that turn out? I had
was
those
so
almond
good,
pizzas
man.
I told you about. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it was incredible.
but like the texture was it like
was
spongy?
You wouldn't even
Was it-
notice.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm telling you, you wouldn't even notice. I'll make you one. I'm gonna make you. I'll give you some pieces.
I'll pay you, brother. No,
Yeah.
make me one.
I'll
Make me a
you one.
solid
I'll
one.
make you a nice keto
I'll give
one.
you like time and material. I'll give you $20.
It's $80, bro.
$80. I'll give you $50.
I'll take it.
Okay. Negotiation. So the art of the trade.
I'm not charging you $50, but yeah. But so with the keto diet, I incorporate now a cheat meal a week, and that I don't even feel sick when I have the cheat meal because it's like a reward system. I think my mind is tuned into like, oh, you've deserved this. This is a nice little meal, and you can have this, and you're gonna be fine.
Were you cheating during the adaptation period, or were you
At
just
the end of the
started-
week, I added one little cheat day. Just boom.
Okay.
I know,
You
I
don't
did-
go
I
crazy
did,
with it like you used to.
No, I did like 12 days no cheat, and then
Okay.
I had a cheat meal.
Yeah, after those 3 days where you suffer, like you
Yeah.
probably don't want to go back right away
Oh no,
because you have that connection of like this is what did this to me. Like,
Yeah. It was weird. It's so weird because I knew it was coming, like all those symptoms. And every time I get back into keto, I know if it's going to be bad, based on my diet, like prior. Like if I'm leading into keto and I know I've been eating so bad, it's going to be a terrible like hangover, you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up that your body does that. It's like searching for carbs.
You got used
and
to
you're getting
yeah.
sick from the lifestyle you've got normalized, you know?
It's weird. I'd love to know the real, like, it's like at a cellular level. It's like your stomach, your organs, your everything has worked with a certain material, and it's like you kind of took this shape, this kind of like 4D like shape through time because you have this throughput of a certain kind of food, and then you change it, and your body goes, like,
and it doesn't know what it's going in panic mode.
Yeah.
So you're having immune responses. Is something wrong? Are we sick? Are we? You know?
Yeah, we're missing something. What's going on? We need this thing.
It's for anyone who's never tried keto. It is mind blowing what it does to your body. Just getting off of your regular lifestyle habits and doing keto. It's not even the keto diet at that point. It's just detoxing from what you've been doing. And
I'll never forget for me, it was being exposed to sugar again. I think I've said it on the podcast before.
Oh, with the Tim Hortons.
Yeah, that story, man. I'll never. It was such a moment in my life, you know, just to walk in to like a pâtisserie, you know, and having like all these chocolate thing, and then my body, I had like almost like a panic attack level.
Yeah.
Like my hair stood up, and I was like, I have to leave this place. And my friend was like, "You okay, bro? Like, we're just on break from work." And I'm like, I gotta go.
Well, I always have this.
Break the glass like it's a fucking emergency.
I
start eating.
Years ago, when I first did keto, I was going grocery shopping, had my list, and I went through the cookie section by accident, and I literally started tearing in the eyes. I'm like, I was looking at the cookies and everything. I was tearing up in the eyes. I'm like, this is
your willpower was like you were shaking.
Like, what am I doing to myself?
I love that.
It's
you
amazing how
you accidentally went through the cookie aisle.
It's amazing how embedded sugar is in our diets and how addictive of a substance it is, and it's in everything, man.
I'm in the drug right now.
Yeah,
you know, it's funny because I stopped smoking weed and I moved out. Like there's all these periods of things that I realize are like me taking care of myself in some strange way, and I liken it to a cast, and I think that's what my food is right now too. There's some kind of comfort or necessity to it. And I'm just like, okay, I accept that.
Nice.
I'm not going to resist it because then it's going to create that tension, you know. Just it's clear as day these days. It's just feel it.
As long as you're feeling it, man, and it's not an unconscious behavior. Like I have a serious food addiction, and if I don't narrow it down to minimizing it into one day or one meal, I'm off the rails. So if I don't have a controlled diet, it's disaster mode.
I know you've told me stories. Man.
Yeah, and it's for real. It's like, and Pat Owens talks about it. He's like, what did he call it? He gave a word for it or something. But anyway, you're like a carb addict. Like you're literally an addict. And
it's almost like an inertia, you know? It's like you try to pull away from it, and then you release the floodgates. I used to do that with weed, actually, a lot. I would catch up. I would be like, I didn't smoke for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I smoke hard for the next week or something.
Well, that's it. And sometimes my cheat days, I would unload the whole day. I remember I told Pat Owen that. He's like, stop doing that. And I would do carnivore for 5-6 days and then cheat day the whole 7th day.
And you're upside down all the time. Like, you never feel right.
No, you feel good after, like, 3 days after your cheat day. You start to feel normal again, and then you destroy yourself.
You have 2 days of normal.
And then you go right back in it. But then over time, that cheat day started extending into a cheat morning. The following morning, just a little bit more. It's okay. It's part of the other day.
Yeah.
To
hair of the dog, man.
Yeah,
like
and then eventually the next day, I didn't have what I wanted to have that cheat day, but it's tomorrow. I still wanted to have my cheeseburger and fries. I'll have it today, and I'll go start. And then the whole week turned into cheat week, and then that's how the addiction slipped in, man.
Do you have any food, man? I'm fucking hungry.
Jesus, I'm so sorry, everyone, but if you're hungry right now, it is our fault.
Just pause this and go eat, man. It's fine.
Eat while listening. Make us even feel worse. Or fuck it, just eat, enjoy. But yeah, it's amazing what your mind can do, and when you put restrictions like keto, it's hard at first, but it becomes normalized.
I'm sorry, your dog's giving me this this look, this like sexual look.
Yeah, good old Lily.
Anyway.
Guest since day one. Well, no, since like episode 20 when we started recording here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The old days at Tom's. Oh, yeah. That was good, man.
Dude, we got to get some interesting guests on soon.
We can have some boring ones too. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll make them interesting.
But
I don't know, you're in the middle of something and I got distracted at your dog.
No, but I'm looking forward to speaking to someone reached out. I forgot his name, but I'm gonna show you what he does. He's like a plant medicine administrator across the world. Very interesting dude. But
this is kind of our niche, whether we like it or
yeah,
not.
we're all about that plant medicine stuff.
Yeah, I'm
That's
okay
good.
with that.
Yeah, fuck it.
But I have a friend who lives in Hong Kong, and he has a teacher who's hey Sam, if you're listening, love you. He's probably listening actually.
Yeah.
He has like a trainer who's like into jujitsu, and he's gotten into meditation and stuff, and I think I might be remembering this wrong, but I think he might have gotten into some plant medicines as well. So he's just kind of like the perfect person to talk to.
Hell yeah.
And
He's in
it's
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like a way to I mean, he's looking for any kind of promotion, you know, like he wants to spread the good word like us too, you know. And it's also about business, you know. It's also about like people are struggling all around the world just to do these kind of, I mean, like you know what they're talking about, you know, this any kind of training lifestyle or anything you're doing with people is now either very different or completely disrupted, you know.
Yeah, well, it's in some places it's done. It's not happening.
A lot of things
Here,
are just closed.
Montreal,
Yeah,
your gyms are shut down, and many won't survive.
That's really sad. But you know what? I think Bill Burr had a really good. I'd love to remember the exact video or something, but it was just like a sound clip from a podcast. But he was like, this shit happens all the time. Like our lives are kind of short, and we don't realize the cycle. And like, you know, I think of the big cycles, these like civilization level cycles. There's this kind of middle ground where it's like this has happened before. You know, like things close down, things open up, people thrive, people find a way to go back. Like, yeah, the big guys are fucking us, and you know we can get into conspiracies and stuff, and it's as real as the sun, you know. But it's also as kind of out of reach, you know. So, you know, I don't want to sit here and accept my place as a peon, but
you know, you could find your happiness.
You can do, yeah. There's a stoicism to it, you know. Like, what can I actually control here? And a lot of that is education and knowledge and realizing. This is a thing that happens. Yeah. And, you know, whatever the neo-capitalism will look like, it'll probably be a little bit better for everybody. Hopefully. It might be a lot worse in some weird, controlling, Huxleyan ways.
It's a compilation of all of us in the end. And if we just...
I don't know if that's true. There's a lot of simulacra there. I know you got a good point, but I feel like there's a lot that we're born into, and there's not enough Terrence McKenna's telling us fuck culture, your culture, stop chasing and start pulling.
But there is though. There's quite a few talking heads that are putting out really strong messages. Maybe we don't see the effects of it in the short term.
You know, that's me again. Like we talked about. This is actually a good point that we should really unpack more. I really do feel like I put a pandemic, like a lockdown, onto myself, and then I started talking to people who are like living normal-ish lives still, and I was like, what's my problem then? That I'm like, oh, you know, the world's going to shit, and I'm like locked in my bedroom, kind of like thinking it's worse than it is. It's bad, but like I can, like, maybe there'll be some weird concert where everyone has to stand far apart, or maybe you can go see a movie or a stand-up comedy, but everyone's in their cars or something in the spring.
It's hard to know.
Stuff's happening. Yeah,
it's hard to know what's going on, but what I'm realizing too is what's the most important thing for you specifically is you. And
dance.
Well, that is an avenue of what you do. But going up north was my realization of that. It's like there's so much shit happening, and I can point my fingers everywhere and dig in every conspiracy and dig in every reality.
Then you run out of fingers.
Yeah.
Then you're then you're trapped. What do I do?
And then you're just
my nose is itchy.
No one's wiping my ass.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then your
basic shit starts suffering because you're trying to understand everything.
That's a good analogy, because then everything that you have is just fermenting and just fucking rotting.
I like that word.
Yeah.
Festering.
Yeah. Because you have your fingers everywhere but yourself. Watch where you put those fingers. But honestly. But that's what it comes down to, man. Is that okay? These things you can find
for mature people. I gotta be honest. I just want to put that out there. Anyway,
you can find 30 things wrong, but how is that? How are you handling it? How are you accepting it? And are you in a good state, or you're just in a panic mode? And is that panic mode serving you?
It's a moving target on what we said. Jack Cornfield said, "Tend to the part of the garden you can touch."
And that's they can take everything away from you, but you can still find. We spoke about that in a few podcasts ago. You can put a prisoner in solitude confinement, and he'll still find enlightenment. It goes way beyond all of this.
Like that song, from Firefly. You can't take the sky from me is the hook.
Yeah.
Take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand. Boodle-dale, I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Joss Whedon wrote that song.
Beautiful lyrics.
He's the shit, dude.
And that's true. Part of getting upset about everything.
I apologize for just breaking out into a shitty song. I actually know the song on a guitar too.
Oh damn! I wish I had a guitar.
I'll play us out.
Yeah, but yeah. So look, getting upset about all those things taken away is actually doing their work for you as well, for them as well, because you're also just creating more anger, more sadness, and more misery, and then that's being spread amongst your circle because you're in this misery.
Andre, the second arrow.
Yeah.
Man, it's all connected. I'm sorry. Yeah, I
but
have all
then-
these boxes where stuff has to go
Just
fit
pull it
in.
out.
Yeah.
But then you're in like this misery bubble, and then you talk to your friends, and you guys are like, yeah, this is, and then it's a more misery, and it's just more misery spreading, man. And that is also
That's-
part of the problem.
That
It's
is
like wildfire.
I need to pause on that for a second because I had a lot of resentment when I went through like the deeper parts of my depression because a lot of people couldn't handle it, and you just disbanded or kind of dissolved that by saying that because some people just don't want to be or can't afford to be on that wavelength. And I'm not some magical empath and like everyone else is a robot. Like we all feel each other's vibes.
Yeah.
So it's in this moment here and now, you kind of put the nail in the coffin of that bitterness. So that I just wanted to say that. That's a good. I just literally feel like a little lighter.
Well, that's it though. Pain seeks pain, right? And
Yeah.
you'll be able to find any type of thing you need to speak out. You'll have those kind of friends and people that can just hear it and take it and help. And then you have those that are just not on that frequency and just can't, like you said, they can't afford, in all senses of the word, to deal with that right now. And that's where it gets scary in these kind of states because...
I just keep burping. I apologize.
But in these kind of states, that can get scary because that can create more isolation, in an already isolated environment.
And it's confusing, man,
Yeah.
because there can be animosity there because you don't say it properly. You don't know how to say it. You don't know what you're feeling. Sometimes the person is just being a douche because they think you should buck up or something and you can't. And that's rare. Most people are
Well, if you have a
considerate
solid
and nice.
circle, it's you can find
and-
quite good help.
And sometimes, and in my case right now, solitude is helping me as well. As you just said, like you go into isolation and it might kind of be bad. And mentally, it was bad for a minute because I was kind of putting these shackles on myself.
Well, you have the power to pull yourself out of it, man.
I have,
Yeah.
but I still really need the physical the solitude.
Yeah.
I really am enjoying it and
It's so nice.
taking so much from it.
Yeah.
And that's what I need right now. And I talked to friends recently who are like, yeah, I've lived alone. I've had my fun with that kind of thing. And I'm really glad, my roommate gets on my nerves, but like we're really good bros. We've been friends forever. Like Phil, if you're listening, love you too. And it's moving goalposts, moving target. Like I said earlier, it's yoga. Like we said, if we're tying it all in, you just gotta go within, man. You gotta listen. Don't stop going within. Don't stop accepting. Now when I meditate, that's all the practice is. That's all that gets me to the moment. If I stop on something, it's because I'm not accepting it. I'm not like, fuck this, fuck that. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. And then you just kind of, it's like you're shrinking. It's like you're, like what's that guy, the Adam Man, the superhero who can like shrink.
Oh, that's such a ridiculous... The Ant-Man.
Ant-Man is one of them.
Oh, I was thinking of that movie you're talking about.
Because that's Marvel, yeah.
I think they were talking about... I thought you were talking about the
DC.
movie where it was Minimize, it was called. It's the dumbest movie ever.
Minimize?
Yeah, I think it was Minimize.
Oh, with Matt Damon?
Yeah.
You didn't like that
It
movie?
was so stupid.
I kind of liked it.
It was so bad. People
was
just became
funny
a
and, like-
third of the size or whatever.
No, way smaller.
Like
Yeah,
like
you're
like
you're
a little...
this small.
Yeah.
And then like you're like $100,000 is like millions of dollars because of like it's like so much less, so much cheaper for everything.
It was such a sad movie. The guy's wife...
in the
didn't do it.
in the first 20 minutes, his wife leaves him,
Yeah.
so he ends up kind of being broke and like back where he started, but he's just shrunk. He's just in a
She
new
backed out
soci-
of it because they signed up. Well,
Yeah,
we
she-
could spoil. This is
she
an old
calls
movie.
him,
Yeah.
and she's all shaven and
Yeah.
shit. And she's like, I couldn't do it.
And
They
it's
have
too
to
late.
rip your teeth out and stuff and give you like fake teeth, and she got scared.
She backed
And
out.
she divorced him. And then he gets his ring back, and it's like the real size. It's
Ugh.
like his ring is huge. What a fucking dude!
It's a terrible movie. I remember...
I'm surprised he didn't like it. I just
thought it
like
was
that
so
actor.
ridiculous. Huh?
Or
Matt Damon.
Well, Matt Damon's great also. I like him as well. But his friend, I forgot his name there. The guy who's in like Inglourious Bastards. The guy who talks like this. You know, he speaks like
He's a
7
great actor.
languages and he talks like this.
Yeah.
I don't remember his
The
name.
Jew
right
Hunter, no? In Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah, the guy who gets this.
He's
this
an
swastika.
incredible actor. Yeah. He's in a lot of those kind of movies. A lot of Tarantino movies.
Yeah, he was in Django. He was the dude. He
He's
was
phenomenal.
The gray-haired beard guy. Yeah. He's an incredible
What's his
actor.
name? Something Christopher? No, it's
Is that Christopher Waltz or something?
yeah, I think it's his name.
Damn, good for you, bro. Yeah.
He's coming. The guy's an incredible actor.
Yeah.
He's just next level. Like in Django, him versus DiCaprio at that dinner table with that like debate, whatever they had, that argument, the negotiation was like cinema. You know, it was just so
was really
beautiful to watch. Like two greats battling at each other with acting.
And Django and just what's his name? Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Just cold, stone. Just I'm Django.
Yeah,
And he crushed it too. To be fair, he's a great actor.
that's a good movie, man.
But that was way out of his zone.
Yeah, he did
Like,
well.
Yeah, because he's naturally cool.
Yeah.
So it's like
It fit perfectly.
it's like let's write a cool role for this guy. You know, like it's like Django's this badass. It's like okay, let's get Jamie Foxx. Let's just get him to do the eyes the whole time, just furrowing his brow.
Yeah. What were we saying right
Sexy
before that?
bastard. Django,
About the solitude.
Waltz. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I needed it.
I'm happy that helped you, man. I knew it would. I didn't want to. Well, I've been telling you that getting your space would be a really nice help.
But you are that like you'll see kind of guy.
Yeah.
And
More,
it goes
I
a
was
long
just
way.
more excited to see the outcome.
Because people like to inundate you with their knowledge and experience. Oh, you're gonna this and then. Oh, I'm so smart, and you're just like,
Like,
blessings,
get a
brother.
space
Yeah.
and then we'll talk. But
Yeah,
but
exactly.
honestly, it's good. I'm happy to see that, bro.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
You
I
have
can
your
explore
space to
things
just
that-
express. Like this dancing you're talking about is incredible.
Dance, just being alone, not having eyes on me, dude.
Yeah.
Cooking,
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
Oh
Are you doing it no sound the dancing, or you have headphones on or something?
no, I crank it.
Oh, you're cranking it.
I got like this tiny ass speaker.
Okay, because
that
I thought you were
plug
saying
into
you
my
were doing it
computer.
in silent, like
No,
the
the
style.
yoga and working out is,
Okay.
is more enjoyable and more of what it should be or is to me. Like it's
So you just
better
put
than-
on music and just go
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I have like a playlist.
There's
I
a
have like
term
I
for
have
this
a
kind of
playlist on
dance,
YouTube.
ecstatic dancing. Is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah, a little. It's free form and it's very much based on what
Just
the
flow
song
with
is.
what you're feeling.
And sometimes I'm not feeling it, and I flip through the songs and I find something. I want something a little slower while I'm cooking or something. And then sometimes I just need to like completely shake it out, whatever it is. And I'm not really keen on that because I've had a lot of concussions in my life, and like I just get when you get like rattled.
I can't shake my head.
Yeah,
I can't do like the head
Yeah,
bang.
no,
I get headaches too.
I feel sick.
Yeah.
I start feeling. I'm like, oh, and it's like okay. There's not a lot of that fascia holding my brain in place anymore.
Yeah. You're
Uh-oh.
it's
Yeah.
just floating around now. It's just like boom.
Yeah. I don't know how to fix that shit.
That's cool though.
Oh, 2:00. I got a hard head though. Sometimes like I'm walking and I get clipped and everyone goes, "Oh!" and I go, "That's cool." I'm good. Like it's fine. I love that sound. If that happened to me,
Yeah.
I'd be in a lot of pain right now. And I go, "Nah, I'm a little fucked in the head, but, but that's my brain. My skull's fine."
That's nice though. So, but you do that every day, or is it just like on a sensational feeling?
It's very much mood.
Yeah.
I kind of try to push myself. It's like a workout. It's kind of there's a benefit to it. I mean, there's a cardio benefit to it. And Angie, actually, she's always posting like those stories very
She's
consistently,
dancing,
and she's
yeah.
dancing in a lot of them, and it
See,
really
very
encourages me.
inconsistently.
No, very consistently.
Okay, I'm like-
Did I say inconsistently?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
maybe
maybe
I
I
did.
misheard.
No, she does. She
Yeah.
just like every day. There's
Yeah.
there's motivational stuff, and
Yeah.
I would say inspirational because motivational like quotes and stuff are kind of like they go in one ear and out the other
Yeah.
these days. But this is like cacophonous, weird, like, hey, think of life this way, motherfucker, and you just go like, oh, thank you, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like
Yeah.
it's like this weird, like orgasmic, like pain. It's like anyway. Props if you're listening. I love her posts.
Yeah.
One of the only people I really kind of try to follow.
And she
I
does a
would
lot of
call-
that.
Yeah, I would comfortably call her an influencer. I
Mm.
hate that word.
Yeah.
But she is just that, and she dances a lot. And
There's another
and-
buzz term, the life coach. I
well,
can't stand that name.
she's literally
Yeah, I can't stand that title though. Life coach.
But at least she lives up to it, you know.
Mm.
At least she has all these different like educations, and she's really able to help somebody and coach them through life or into life, you know, into their power, into their life. So
maybe I'm just too lone wolf to appreciate that kind of work. I don't know.
Well,
but I kind of gather it from those who don't call them like a David Goggins kind of guy is someone I would go to war with, in my mind, you know.
yeah, but I mean, you know, life is a really nebulous thing too, like we talked about earlier. So like you would need David Goggins sometimes to coach you through a part of life, and then you would need Angie to coach you through another part of life. You know, like these people, however,
like segments of your life.
Yeah. However,
different facets.
Ooh.
A facet.
A facet. Facet, and then facet is like TTE.
Like a facet.
But they're different.
It's an elegant way of saying the word.
Like cassette? Like
a little facet of your life.
I have no idea what I was going to say. No matter how powerful these people are individually and how much they can help a lot of people, there's a niche, there's a kind of honed power. You know, if someone comes in and says, I'm going to help you, like no matter what. I actually, because I haven't really used Angie's services, kind of like Pat Owen. Like I talk to her sometimes and she just gives me her time and we try to just, in a friendly way, just have exchanges and it's hopefully a mutual exchange, you know?
Yeah.
But I haven't like paid for her services, you know? And it didn't click with me. She even kind of warned me. She's like, a lot of this is you. You know, I can give you so much help, but you have to do this. You need to be ready. I don't work with people who don't work with themselves, essentially. She said something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. So it kind of disqualified me. I disqualified myself because I was like, okay, that doesn't work right now. I need pushes.
Yeah.
Or I need to at least have zero influence, and then kind of like what I'm doing now to learn to push myself. And that's kind of what sparked all of this. I was saying that a lot of times I don't feel like dancing, and I feel shitty. Like if I feel good, I probably feel like dancing.
Yeah.
And maybe I just won't because I got to do something else. And maybe dance can be, I'm going to write, I'm going to clean my room, I'm going to play a video game or something. Like there's other ways to get the shoulders jiggling, you know, like get that giddiness. But then there's times when I'm feeling low and it's like that workout, and like you have that mentality where you go, just start, and then your attitude gets shifted,
kind of grows into it.
Yeah, and it's like the cold shower. It's like just start, just go cold, and you're like
and you kind of find your parameters,
and you're so grateful after. You're so grateful after.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's wrap it up.
Let's
get back to it.
That felt great.
Yeah, welcome back.
Fucking right, dude. We didn't hit the mic this time. Go within, you fucking lovely bastards.
Yeah, and honestly, if you guys want to start hitting us up with some recommendations, guests, whatever you want, just send us a message.
Do everything.
Yeah, it'd be nice to
Talk
start
to
hearing
us.
from you, engaging, and I think on our end, we'll try to do more in figuring out ways to get more of you to engage.
And we'll just keep doing our thing.
Yeah.
If you like it, we love it. We need it.
Yeah.
It's for us at this point.
Thanks for joining.
Stay curious.